Yay!
Oh, you're right. How you doing?
Hey, Mr. Prospere!
How you doing?
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm not too bad.
It's so good to see you.
Yeah, it's nice to see you as well.
Thank you so much for coming on.
That's all right. It's an honor.
Oh, mate, it's an honor to have you on. Welcome to the Gunman Insta Live. This is a platform that I've set up. It's for fighters, brilliant fighters like yourself, to be able to share their journey with the fight fans and give the fight fans an insight into the fight game.
Oh, yeah. Thank
Um,
you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, the platform's been flying. It's really been doing well, and it's excellent. As I said, a privilege to have such a talented fighter such as yourself on here. I could not do this show without you on here. I even said that to you. I can't even contemplate doing this show without you having you on. So thank you for coming. So yeah, what I wanted to basically touch on first, for the guys that don't know Aaron so well, he's 12-1, a very slick, talented fighter, and he's just fought for a Southern Area title. For the people that don't know you, how would you describe your style of boxing, Aaron?
I'd say that I've got a few different styles, like depending on who I'm fighting. Like I can be slick, sharp, counter puncher, but I can also go forward and press the fight as well.
Agreed. Yeah, that's a good analogy. I mean, I would say you've got a really nice jab,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
really
yeah.
nice jab. But listen, there isn't a fight on this earth that we can't say, oh, you could, use your jab more.
Yeah, 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 it's true. It's true.
You go into a professional gym and you're still here, hands
Yeah.
up, use your
Yeah,
jab more.
use your jab, use your jab. Yeah,
It
yeah,
doesn't matter who you are, like you're still here. Keep your hands up. Use
yeah,
your jab more,
yeah,
But you've got a lovely jab. I really like, your movement's really good. You've got good feet, really superb balance, a brilliant shot selection. I think you've got a really good toolbox, and you're an exciting fighter for in the pro ranks. Can you let us know a little bit about your younger days? Were you born to fight, or have you learned to fight?
yeah. I think if you was to ask my mom and dad that question, I think they'd say that I was born to fight, because I was just any situation I was just looking to get in a fight. Even if I was on the football pitch, I was looking to get in a fight. So when my dad took me to the boxing gym, I think I must have been about 12 or 13. I think I was in year 8 at school.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I was just in the gym from then on and off, and then I think yeah, I was training for a good few years, and then I said, you know, I'm gonna have my first amateur fight, and then they just came one after another, and then I won the nationals, and then next thing you know, a few years later, I've turned professional.
Yeah. So was you always a good fighter then, you're saying? From day
Uh,
dot, you was always a good fighter.
yeah, yeah, no, I was. It just came to me naturally, like my feet, like from my first to second sparring session, I was moving my feet in and out. I was moving around the ring well. It just came
Yeah.
to me really naturally.
Yeah. Yeah. You can see that in your style as well, I think. Yeah, that's brilliant. So like things like skipping, you just pick the rope up and
Yeah,
off you
yeah,
went.
yeah.
You didn't
I
have to
didn't have no struggle skipping.
yeah, with like rhythm and yeah, because
Yeah,
that's you see people that aren't natural, they pick up the skip rope and they're tripping over it and all that kind
yeah.
of stuff.
I
You
can't
know.
dance though.
Dear, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. We'll have to see you on the night out on the dance floor. But let's talk about your amateur career because I don't know a great deal about your amateur career. I mean, I know you're a decorated amateur. You've won the national championships. How many amateur fights did you have, and what was your
So
record?
I had 19 amateur fights, winning 15. So my first 4 fights, I won the national novices, and then I went to Hearts of Portsmouth gym,
Yeah.
and after I had a couple fights with them, and I think I had 7 fights, and do you know Q Shellingford? He's
No.
like one of the England coaches, and it's his gym, Hearts of Portsmouth. He put me straight into the elites.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and then I got into the I think it's the Southern Counties finals, and I lost to Sam Noakes, who's doing very well at the moment.
Yeah.
I think he's 11-0 with 11 knockouts.
Yeah, he's doing all right,
Yeah,
isn't he?
yeah. So I don't mind losing to him. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's not such a hardship losing someone who's 11 wins, 11 knockouts.
Yeah,
Or
he's doing very well as a professional.
yeah, yeah. And that's good to hear. So yeah, you had a good amateur background. So when did you move on to Peacock's gym?
So during coronavirus, I was at TM Boxing, and
Yes.
the
Good
gym
gym.
shut. Yeah, wicked gym, and the
In
gym.
Mitcham. In Mitcham.
Yeah, it was in Mitcham, but it's on I think Streatham Road now, so it's kind of like in between Mitcham and
Yeah,
Streatham.
Marcus runs it, doesn't he?
Yeah. Marcus was my coach, yeah,
Really?
and
Oh, this is new to me.
yeah, so I was there for a long time. I was there as an amateur, and for my professional debut was Marcus done my corner for that,
Yeah,
and
brilliant pad, man. Looks. Look, listen, I have not been to that gym, but I've
yeah,
heard nothing but good things about
yeah,
TM Boxing.
yeah,
And looking outside, looking in, I see his pad work, and
yeah. His pad
it
work's
looks like a
crazy.
joy to be part of.
Yeah, no, it is, and the vibe in the gym down there as well was wicked.
Is it?
Yeah, I miss it down there.
Yeah. I've got we've got a TM boxer on here now saying big up TM. That's
Yeah,
Jimmy, good guy. SW Boxing is saying to you, Southern Area Champion 2024, Aaron Prospere.
yeah.
No doubt. We're going to come on to
be.
that. Actually, we will come
Yeah,
on to that part. I
yeah.
don't want these guys to ruin
The
the rest of the
announcement.
interview. So listen, I want to talk about like your team.
Yeah,
I've met your dad, and he's a lovely guy. And there's been some amazing father sort of son combinations in boxing. Obviously, you've seen like the Teofimo Lopez, Mayweather's,
Haney,
Zaggy's,
Eubank,
Haney's. The list goes on. The list goes on of father-son partnerships. Again, outside looking in, I see your father being such a big influence in your career. Can you tell me what he means to you and what he's done for you and how he works with you and Peacocks to bring out the best in you?
Yeah, like there's every decision I've made from an amateur, my dad's had a part in. And it kind of feels like I don't know what I would do like without him. Like I know they say boxing's the loneliest sport in the world, but it's not as lonely when you got your dad by your side. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you find it challenging with it being your dad, as in you can't tell him to F off, or you know?
He'll tell you I do, but yeah, no, we do have our moments because obviously it's your dad, innit? So if you don't agree with something, like you're gonna tell him, like. But yeah, no, he does a lot more right than he does wrong, anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. No, because funny enough, I had a fight on a couple of weeks ago, and his brother trains him. And I found that very strange because I'd kill my brother, I think.
You know, my brother as well. My brother's a massive influence. So he's just as much as my dad.
Yeah,
Yeah, my
good.
brother's a lot of help as well.
Yeah. So, but I never see your dad in the corner. So can you explain how that works?
He is there, but it's like Martin's my head coach that does all my talking, and then normally it depends really because there's so many coaches at Peacock, but normally it's Andre and then my dad as well. So them three normally do my corner.
Right.
But then it depends who's available because I remember one fight, I think Denzel was fighting somewhere far away and a couple of the coaches went with him.
Yeah.
So then I think I had Adam, Andre, and my dad.
Yeah. So because I think in the last two fights, correct me if I'm wrong, I think last two fights your dad wasn't in the corner, was he?
He was at the back.
But I mean, obviously he was there, sorry, but he wasn't in the.
Yeah, he wasn't like involved. He was there, but he wasn't involved.
Yeah, but he's involved spiritually and really laying out the canvas for you to be able to have the tools to start painting the picture. You know, like he's always there. You know, from what I can see, he builds, you know, he's the foundation that's built this massive
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
strength. Yeah, no, it's absolutely a pleasure to see. And I think a good fighter is a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter.
Yeah.
It's good to see a good team around you. So let's talk about the Peacocks gym then. So there's some animals that spar there. It is an absolutely legendary gym. Can you just tell us about the environment, some of the guys that you get sparring with?
Yeah, so the environment down there is like it's lovely down there. Like the gym's 10 out of 10, and everyone that comes down to the gym is so friendly. We get boys coming from all over the country. We get boys coming from different countries to Peacock for sparring. So for me, it's the best place that I could possibly be.
Yeah,
like I couldn't imagine being anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean it's a famous gym.
Yeah,
in amateur and professional boxing. Simple as that. Everyone knows it. Most people want to go there. You know, so you've got a top team around you with your dad and Martin.
Yeah.
As I said, we don't see the inside of the camp, but from the outside, it looks lovely. It looks like you've got a really good settled team around you, and that's the foundation for your success. So in the amateurs then, so did you box for Peacock in the amateurs? You didn't, did you?
No, I boxed for, well, it started at Rose Hill, and then I went to Hearts of Portsmouth.
Oh, it was at Rose Hill?
Yeah, I was driving down to Portsmouth every other day to train, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but I enjoyed Rose Hill. I was at Rose Hill from when they was on Rose Hill Roundabout, and then they moved to Sutton Arena.
Yeah, I love it. You're a Sutton lad. I'm from Wellington.
Oh yeah. So near enough. Yeah.
I'm on the mean streets of Wellington.
It's the same thing as Sutton, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's funny. That's how I got my name Gunman, actually, because when I started boxing, I was like, I need a mean name, you know what I mean? It's got to rhyme with my surname, Graham. I'm going to go for Gunman Graham. I live in Wallerton. You don't even see a gun in the you know what I mean? You got Shotfield Libraries about as close to a gun sound as you're here. So I went with that, but yeah, it's stuck, and here we are on Gunman Boxing Channel now. So
well, it works.
It works. So
yeah.
So why not? You know what I mean? Why not? So yeah. So when you turned pro, so you obviously did a lot of your amateur fights outside of Peacock. So you went to Peacock then turned pro. Is that correct?
Yeah. No. So I was with Marcus when I turned pro. I had my debut with him, and then coronavirus happened, and he had to shut his gym because it was like a keep fitters gym. Like professional gyms was allowed to stay open.
Yeah.
But because his was a keep fitters gym, I ended up just not training for like a whole year during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And then my dad reached out to his cousin Julius Francis, that's close with Martin. And like put like a little word into Martin and said, he wants to like join your gym. And Martin basically said, he was like, you can come down for sparring, and then we'll see how we go. And then I went down on my first day. I sparred. Do you know Louis Lin?
Louis Lin, yeah.
Yeah, I sparred Louis Lin, and then he was like, come back on Wednesday. This was on a Monday.
Oh wow.
Then I come back, I sparred again. I can't remember who I sparred then. I haven't seen that boy since. But then Martin was just like, you're one of us now. You can come every day if you like. And then I've been there ever since.
Ever since, yeah.
Yeah.
So what top fighters have they had there? I'm going to start racking your brain now.
Yeah, so they've had obviously
there for a bit, wasn't he?
Yeah, but not when I was there. I think he just left as I joined as well.
Oh, he just left.
Who else is I've got Ellis Zorro as well, my boy, who's just flown out to Saudi to fight for a world title.
Yeah. Who else have they had down there?
Denzel, Chris Bork.
Yeah, Denzel.
Louis. Well, Louis gone a bit quiet recently as well.
Yeah.
And
Denzel.
Then we've got quite a few like new fighters that have joined our stable as well.
Yeah, you've always got good fighters coming in and out. Yeah. I mean, it's like a conveyor belt.
Yeah.
You know? You can't even keep up with it. There's so many champions just cruising through those doors, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely sensational. So, yeah, your pro debut was with Marcus then, and that was a guy called Stu Greener.
Yeah.
at York Hall.
Yeah.
You won unanimous decision in 4-round bout. Were you
Yeah.
nervous?
I
Pro debut?
wasn't. I wasn't. You know. I think I've been like, yeah, I wasn't because originally I can't remember who I was meant to fight. I was meant to fight like obviously someone with like a losing record, and he pulled out on the day. And
Oh,
they I was with MTK at the time, and they was like, oh, like we've got this other guy. He's another prospect. Like he's 1-0,
yeah, it
but
was 1-0, yeah.
yeah, and they was like, oh, but like you've got like the amateur pedigree that he doesn't have. And then I just thought, I've sold all these tickets now. I'm fighting.
Yeah.
I'm quite stubborn like that, and sometimes that can be my
Same here.
downfall. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm fighting, and then I got
Yeah.
in there. The first kind of 2 minutes, I was kind of just looking at him, and he didn't really have anything. So then I kind of committed, done like a little slip, countered him, and then dropped him right in the first round. And then I
Yeah,
thought,
you dropped him first round uppercut, wasn't it?
yeah, and
Left
then
uppercut. You like that
yeah,
left uppercut, didn't you?
yeah,
I've got behind you.
that's my shot, yeah. And and then I kind of just knew I had it from there, and then I kind
Yeah.
of just took it easy, and then I knocked him down again in the third round with like a flurry of punches.
Yeah, and yeah, touchdown, didn't he, in the third?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and then I kind of stepped it up a little bit, but my coach was just saying to me, "Don't get greedy, don't get greedy." So,
Yeah.
so yeah, that was a good debut for me. Yeah,
Do you get nervous before your fights in your in the pro ranks? Because it's now more serious operators. You
yeah.
know, when you do get
So
hurt.
I think I can't remember. I was fighting at the Hilton Hotel. I can't remember if it was 8 or 9-0. Like I hadn't been nervous for any of my fights,
Yeah.
and then I got nervous in case I lose. I was like, I've built up this record now.
Yeah.
Like my nerves weren't about like actually like losing the fight. It was just in case I lose, if you know
Yeah.
what I mean.
So is that pressure that you know, you start 1-0, you 2-0, you 3-0. You went
Yeah,
on a sensational 11-fight
yeah.
win streak. So you got to about 9-0. It almost
And then a
feels the
bit of
pressure,
pressure
isn't it?
built up. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then that's when I started like feeling a bit of nerves.
Yeah. Because you're worried about losing your own.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah. Is your coach worried about you losing your own in the team as well, or do they have
No,
less?
no, there wasn't. I think it was just something that like I had in the back of my mind. I didn't like tell anyone else about it.
Mm.
So when I'm sitting
Right.
there in the change rooms warming up, I'm not telling everyone like what I'm thinking. Like
Yeah.
it's just brave face. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, you have to, didn't you?
yeah. That's what the sport is. I'd say it's 95% mental, isn't it?
Mm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you know, everyone's all through camp. How are you feeling? Everyone's asking you every time 2 minutes.
Yeah,
You're like, yeah, I feel great. I feel
yeah,
great.
yeah. And then you start to doubt yourself.
When
Like, do I feel great?
when you feel shit, yeah, I feel
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, blooming hell, yeah. So, and then so you went on an 11-fight win streak, and you did mostly have durable guys, mainly with losing records, but you've got to build yourself in the pros.
Yeah, yeah,
You do have to build yourself in the pros, and you went on a lovely run of wins, really lovely run of wins. And I must add that you barely lost a round.
yeah.
For,
And then
for
even sometimes when they said I lost the round, like if you watch the fight back, I didn't even lose that round. Like
No, yeah, I've been doing my research, mate.
yeah,
You haven't lost a round.
yeah. Because the one at Hilton as well, I think they said I lost the round, and I knocked him down in the first round as well. So I'm thinking like how does that make sense?
Make it make sense.
Yeah,
Do you know one? Go on.
we was both light skinned, so I think they might have got a bit confused.
They're like, oh, they all look the same.
Yeah,
Give
yeah.
someone to that
We
guy.
don't know which one that was, but I know which one won. Like.
Yeah, yeah. We've been talking about on this show about robberies and my method of getting rid of robberies, because robberies really ruin our sport. It really annoys me when I see someone robbed. And one of my ideas to get rid of a robbery is just put the scores up after every round.
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
in
yeah,
boxing? Why is boxing the only sport that you can't see the score when the match is going on? You look at football, you look at the TV, you go, oh, it's 2-1 to them. Or you go, oh, let's look at the Grand Prix. You turn on the TV and you can see who's in the lead and you see who's fourth and fifth. And everyone knows, even the participants know who's winning.
yeah.
In
I
boxing,
can't
we don't
remember
have that.
whose fight it was, but you saw the judge's scorecard after the fight, and he'd like crossed like one or two of the
Yeah,
rounds out. I
yeah.
can't remember who that was.
Yeah, he
It was,
backmarked it, didn't he?
yeah, it was recently. Do you know who was that?
Oh, I don't know, but I had a referee on here recently, Seamus
Yeah.
Dunn. He's refereed over, I think it was 10,000 fights he's
Oh
ref. It's
wow.
ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah.
when do you get the time to referee 10,000 fights? I said, mate, your missus must be, she must be, oh no, you, mate.
Hopefully there was a lot of stoppages.
So he said, he said he's never back scored and he doesn't know of it. But like, I know it does happen. It has happened. And I just think put the scores up after each round. Would you like to know if you're winning a fight or not?
Well, during the fight or after?
Yeah. At the end of the round, when you knock that guy down, it says, right, 10-8.
Yeah, during the fight, I like to know, like.
Rather than be told by your corner, even when you're winning, your corner are telling you, you're losing.
Yeah.
Just to try and get more out of you. You're like, oh, you know I'm winning. You can't afford that one. But I think it's quite good for the participants to know. The only thing I think is that on your 4-round fights, brilliant. I'm 2 rounds up, you want to know. But with a 10-round fight, if someone's losing by 8 rounds, they might just jack it in. They might go, oh, I'm losing. I'll call it a day. And
that's the problem as well, isn't it?
Yeah, with my idea there is that if we start seeing people quitting, then that ain't going to be a good look. So your opponents and the critics would say Aaron Prospere cannot punch. He's 4 KOs in 12 wins. I think that's about a 33% knockout ratio. And the critics will say, and the haters and the people that want to see you get beat and the people that want to beat you will say, Aaron Prospere cannot punch. What's your response to that?
My response is probably be that I've stopped people that don't really get stopped, and if you ask my team, my coaches, they'll tell you I can punch.
I mean, I think in your defence, of your 12 fights, I think 5 of them have been really short fights, like 4-rounders. I think you've had about 5 4-rounders. So it's hard to get someone out of there durable in four rounds.
Yeah.
In your defence. And then also I'd say in your defence, I mean, I'd say to anyone, hey, look, I'm going to spin this round. I would say to anyone who says you can't punch, and just to look at this. Okay, so here you are here, right? Now, this isn't someone who can't punch. Oh! I've got to watch that again. Oh! Okay, one last time. It's too good to be true, that shot. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful, And that's not someone who can't punch, is it? That's a one punch. That's a one punch knockdown.
I've got a couple of them.
Yeah, you've got a couple of them. And also, I think the Tom Ansell fight.
Yeah.
Which, for those that don't know, was your Southern Area title eliminator.
Yeah.
I mean, you got him out of there in a round. And the finishing was spectacular, I felt. Like, you got him hurt with a beautiful right hand. And then, if I remember rightly, you absolutely just polished him off.
Yeah.
With economy.
Yeah.
And, economy and really good, solid shots, So that's not someone who can't punch, but I think I don't think your record does you justice.
Yeah, but that does me a favour at the same time, doesn't it? Like,
yeah.
I don't want people to look at my record and be like, I'm not fighting him. I like that. Like in 13 fights, I've got 4 stoppages, so they're like, it's only 33%. I might be all right.
Yeah, yeah, and it helps you to get the fights that you want, I suppose.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a key to the knockout? Is there a key to the knockout? Is it timing? Are you just born with knockout power?
I don't really know, you know. I think some of my fights I've looked for it, and some of my fights I haven't. And I think some of the fights where I've looked for it, if I wasn't looking for it, I probably would have got it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I think it just depends on me on the night. Where if I'm on my A game and I'm in my right mindset, then I can get it done.
But as I said to you, Aaron, like, you've had, I think it was 5 4-rounders out of your 12 fights. So 5, like, you know, pretty short fights. I would say, you've actually displayed good boxing in all of those fights. So you've very rarely lost a round. So while you haven't got the stoppage, you've not lost really many rounds. You've been winning by wide margins in all of those fights.
Yeah.
And you've shown brutal finishing in some of your bigger fights, you know. So yeah, I mean, listen, people only will criticize you when you're winning. If your record was 1-12, then you wouldn't even be on here. No one's talking to you. Do you know what I mean? So you know, people want a piece of you because they know that you're the business. So anyway, if you're 12-1. Let's talk about that one.
Yeah.
Okay? So you fought a guy, I'm going to pronounce his name, Yaser Al Ghena.
Yeah.
What went wrong that night?
Oh, it's just he was the better man on the night. I think that's all it really came down to. I think if it would have been any other night, it would have been my night. But that night, it was his night, and fair play to him.
Would you change anything if in hindsight?
Yeah, there's probably a few things that I'd change, but I think like it's you don't know that then, but you know it now. Do you know what I mean? Like and he won. Like fair play to him. He's got the title. Like and I'm happy for him. I hope he enjoys this moment. But I'll come back for him like eventually, and I'll get that back. I do want that rematch. Like that's something that, like, if it got given to me, I would take. But then at the same time, like now I know what my actual weight group should be. It's like that can go on pause now.
Yeah, we'll come on to that.
Yeah.
I've took a little snippet of that fight against Al Ghena. And I think it summarised the fight almost perfectly. Just this little snippet here. I'm going to spin this round and I'm just going to play this to you. But you were basically chasing this kid around like Tom chases Jerry. Here it is.
Yaser Al Ghena moves off, switches stances. Borderline leg get across the ring. Look at the spin, he got from there.
So it just felt to me like you couldn't quite get to the guy. I mean, in fairness, that was a good bit of defence from him, but he was running, and it was you that was pressing the action. I actually gave you, early round. I don't think I gave you first round, and the commentators didn't. But listen, it's subjective, and I do compliment myself on shows now. I actually gave you the first round. The commentators didn't. I thought he just did more than him, and I thought it was pretty close to first rounds. And he just won those middle rounds. He was nicking those middle rounds.
Yeah.
You were getting frustrated from my side, from me outside looking in, and you just couldn't quite get to him. Are you seeing it the same way?
So say that again.
Are you seeing that fight the same way? That you couldn't quite get to him and you couldn't nail him down?
So I think the first 4 rounds, I think I caught him with some good shots. I think it might have been the third round, and I thought, like I've got him, and then I kind of pressed the fight a bit too much and just faded, And then when he was kind of running and like he was like turning his back, like,
Yeah,
and at one point he actually jogged across the ring.
yeah,
I
that was
think,
it, wasn't it?
yeah,
It jumped away.
I think it just frustrated me so much. I just thought I'm gonna hurt this kid, and I think that was my biggest downfall.
Yeah, yeah. You were chasing him around, like I said,
Yeah,
like you were chasing him like Tom chases Jerry,
yeah,
mate. Like you
yeah.
was all over him, like.
He just didn't want to fight, but it's like now that I know that, like, if I was to have a rematch, it would be totally different.
Mm. Try and cut the corners off a bit better.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm. Yeah, it was a close fight. It really was a close fight. I just think I think it was from around about. I watched it today, the whole fight,
Mm.
one and a half sort of times, and I just felt. I think it was around about round five, six, that he just got away from you. He just got
Yeah,
away from you, almost from that point where he was running away.
yeah.
And
After 4 rounds, I wasn't myself.
yeah,
Yeah.
why did you not come out for the round 10?
It was my coach's decision because I said to him in the corner, because obviously he caught me with a couple punches and I managed to hang on. And when I sat down in the corner, my coach Martin said, he's like, I'm pulling it. And then I went, no, like why are you pulling it? I was like, there's 2 rounds left. I was like, let me finish. Like I might catch him. And then he said, like, he obviously said another reason that I won't mention. But then he also said, he was like, oh, you've got bigger fights ahead. And
Mm,
then he just turned to the ref and said, like that's it.
mm,
And then he spoke to me after, and then he was just like, "Oh, like, I understand. Like, if you're upset with me," and I just said to him, "I was like, listen, like, you're the coach at the end of the day." And oh, and then I missed the point. Another one of his issues was that when he was speaking to me at the end of the rounds,
mm.
I wasn't taking in what he was telling me. Like, I
Yeah,
wasn't listening. So
yeah,
that was another reason as well.
yeah.
So
But
he like.
you did look hurt at the end of the round 9. You did
Yeah,
look hurt,
no. Yeah,
and
I was definitely buzzed.
yeah, and it is a coach's job to protect you from yourself, because
Yeah,
if it was your decision, you'd carry on fighting.
yeah,
I've got no doubt about that. You'd
yeah,
carry on fighting until you get yourself hurt. Your ego would get you hurt.
yeah.
Your physical state of mind and your warrior spirit
Mm,
inside you would get you hurt.
mm,
And he's made a big call. But
mm.
how does it feel that some people will call you a quitter?
Nobody's called me that as far as I'm concerned.
If you retire on your stool and don't come out in professional boxing, you will have people that will consider that you quitted.
Yeah, well, it wasn't down to me at the end of the day. It was down to my corner.
Mm. And like I said, if it was down to you, your your warrior spirit would get you seriously hurt, because you were hurt at the end of the ninth.
Yeah, but then
And
I've had a whole minute to recover as well, and he gave his everything into that. So the fight might have gone totally different them next 2 rounds, but
mm,
it's ifs or buts. Like we will never know because it
mm,
didn't happen. So.
mm. Is there regret around that fight? How did it feel to take your first loss?
Yeah, there is a bit, to be fair. Like there's a lot of things that I would have done differently, and like obviously now that I've learnt that lesson, there's things that I've implemented into my next camp that wasn't in that camp that went wrong.
Yeah, beautiful. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Yeah. There was a bit of beef um with your opponent, wasn't there, in the build up? Was there
Well,
beef?
you could call it that, but I wouldn't really say it was that. I think his coach was just trying to like stir up a bit of um drama
Build
and
the fight.
yeah, and just build the fight up. But there was no beef there. Like at the face off, it was like we shook hands after, and then
Yeah.
after the fight, we shook hands after. Like yeah, there was no beef there. It was just his coach. His coach. I can't remember what he said. I think he just said me and him. There'll only be one loser or something, and I said, "Oh, it won't be me." and then he said, "Oh, it won't be me either," and it was just a bit of that, really.
Yeah, I seem to remember your dad at ringside saying, "Oh, my boy will whip him" or something. It's like a post-fight interview that kicked off
Yeah,
with him.
my dad was like, "We'll take anyone,
That was it.
anytime or something like that."
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was it. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, you'd take anyone, but you know that's what your corner needs to be saying. You know,
yeah,
but the thing is that fight against Al Ghena, he was 9-0, I think.
yeah.
You were 11-0. It was almost too good for a Southern area title fight, you
Yeah,
know, both of you.
that's what his coach said.
You know, both of you.
Yeah, his coach said he shook his head at the way and was like, "This fight should be on TV, man."
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was almost too good a fight for that level, and it should have been at a higher level, that fight.
yeah,
But hats off to you both, because to take that on, two undefeated fighters, that belt is 47 years old.
yeah.
It's
That's
an
the iconic belt.
iconic belt. The fight was at the York Hall. I was gutted because I wanted to come to that. I don't think I was here. I don't think I was in the country or something like
Yeah,
that. I can't remember now. I was gutted, but I remember wanting to come to that. But yeah, you guys put on an absolute show. It was actually a really interesting fight from the purist point of view. It was a really interesting fight. There was a lot going on in the early rounds. It was close, and it just
yeah.
got pulled away from you. So, are you gonna? What's the step then? Are you gonna try and go for that next fight, or actually
So
let's talk about what's next, because I think
yeah,
you.
so now because when it came to, like, obviously with the Tom Ansel fight that I had, when it came to getting down to the weight, I done it so easily. I thought to myself, thought I should be a lightweight, because I got to 63 kilo, 63.1 or 63.2 so easy, like,
Mm.
and I thought, yeah, I should be a lightweight. And then this fight, I was like a kilo heavier than I was for that fight, and I just struggled to lose that last kilo so bad,
What to get to which weight? To get super
to,
light?
yeah, to get 63.5, and
Yes,
I
yeah.
thought to myself, I must be doing something wrong here, like I've never struggled to lose a kilo like this. And anyway,
Really?
I've got now I've got a nutritionist on my team,
Yeah.
and
Brilliant.
with with my fat, my water, and my muscle, I should actually be a super featherweight if I do my weight cutting right.
Yeah.
So now the 30th of March, I'm looking at a title eliminator at York Hall at super featherweight.
Oh wow! So that's going down two divisions.
Yeah, but I've always thought, like, I shouldn't be a like a light welterweight or super lightweight. But I always thought, like, if someone like asks me what weight group should I be, like light welterweight or super lightweight sounds better than super featherweight as well. So I thought as well, and then as well I thought like super lightweights probably make a bit more money than the super featherweights do, but it doesn't work like that.
So what, you're going to get to 59? Is it 59,
Yes,
isn't it?
it's 59.5, so it's from 63.5 to 59.5. But with this nutritionist, I
Yeah,
should make it comfortably. He
yeah.
thinks I could make featherweight if we had to.
59
Yeah.
kg. I mean, my little finger weighs more than that.
Yeah. But
That's
I have always thought that, because some of the other boys at the gym that are super lightweights, like
yeah,
when they're not at the gym and like they've not been training, they go up to 74 kilos. Like
yeah.
I can't get past 68 kilos, like when I've got a belly and I'm out of shape. Like, do you know what I mean? So that, like, I always thought there's something not quite right there, but yeah, no, we've figured it out now.
So you're going to get down. You're going to drop two weight classes for your next fight, 30th of March.
Yeah.
Drop two weight classes. That's unheard of.
But that's my weight. That's the weight I should
Yeah,
have started
that's
at.
the funny thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the weight. Yeah, when you look at it like that,
yeah,
you've been
yeah. Because
punching.
everyone else has got a nutritionist on their team. I just thought, I'm gonna do it myself for save myself the money. But no, it's not worth it.
Yeah. Oh, that's really interesting. Do you know who your next fight is going to be against then?
No, I don't know yet. I know it's gonna be on the TM14 show, and I guess it's just gonna be for against whoever's next in line for the Southern area.
Yeah. So, who do you want to fight next?
Well, in that weight group, I want to fight everybody.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
uh,
Do you want to call anyone out?
I don't really know many people in that weight group.
Yeah,
It's not a weight group that I've looked at.
yeah,
Like I've always looked at like the super lights and the
yeah,
lights.
yeah.
But
Because you've
now
not thought about
I'm a super feather. I don't even know like who the super feathers are.
it. That's the spirit.
Yeah, because when I'm in the gym and like boys come from other places for sparring, I'm
Yeah,
sparring like middleweights, welterweights, and it's crazy to me now that I'm actually a super featherweight and I'm sometimes beating these guys up.
yeah. Well, you'd expect, so long you'd expect you're going to be a lot bigger and stronger at that weight, right?
Yeah,
And hopefully not drained.
yeah. No, I won't be drained.
Yeah, well, according to your nutritionist, you
Yeah,
won't be. So
yeah,
I know it's exciting times ahead.
yeah. Exactly.
So how are we going to plot a route back to getting to Al Ghena?
So,
Or
well,
is it just not going to happen if you're going down 2 weeks?
well, I don't know. I kind of need it to happen because that one loss on my record, I need them to be able to say when they're announcing my name at the ring with one loss, but it was avenged.
Yeah,
I,
he's
like
beaten everyone he's been in with.
yeah, I do need that. I will go down to super feather, but if I can get that far, I'll jump back up to weight groups. Yeah, yeah.
And the nutritionist will say, "No, Aaron."
Yeah, no, yeah, no. He said to my brother, he was like, "What was he ever doing at super lightweight as well?"
Yeah, because he's not going to advise you jump back up 2 weight
No,
classes if you start doing well.
but to get that get that back, I'm sure you'll understand.
Yeah, because that's like an itch in your back when
Yeah,
you got that first loss, 11 straight wins. You
yeah,
get your first loss going for a Southern Area title, and not your best performance. We know you can box better. Is that
mm,
fair to say?
yeah. It's just a overall bad night for me.
Yeah, you just couldn't get the range on him. You couldn't get
Yeah,
into range and get your shots off on him. I felt he was. I never seen you throwing so many single shots.
I was tired.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
the combination punching that
mm,
you normally go with
yeah,
wasn't there. It was
yeah.
single.
I wasn't myself.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it was learning and me and my team know where I went wrong. So that's what's important, really.
yeah. That's what's important. You know where you went wrong, and you can even admitting that you've done wrong is usually hard
Mm,
with boxing. I see guys that they lose and they blame their coaches and they split up with their team
mm,
and it's everyone else's fault, but not
mm,
mine. And
mm.
you know,
Because
I see that all the time.
I have had a couple of people say to me, "He's like, oh, are you staying at Peacocks?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course I am." And they're like,
Yeah,
"Oh, just because you lose doesn't mean you
yeah,
change gym."
yeah,
They've done nothing wrong to me. They've been loyal to me and like
yeah,
they've done everything that I need to be done. It's the little bits on my part that
yeah.
went wrong.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant that you can accept that because I see a lot of people blame culture in boxing.
Mm.
So do you have a message for any of the fans? Just a final message for your fans.
No, just thank you for watching and be at my next fight, 30th of March.
Yeah, I'm going to do it this time because I let you down last time. I'm going to get there. I
Yeah,
wasn't around. There was a reason. I had a good reason
yeah,
though.
yeah. No,
I did have good
yeah,
reason, but I'm
yeah,
gonna have to check my WhatsApp now
yeah,
and make
yeah.
sure I find out what it was. But I think I wasn't in the country. I don't think I was
Yeah,
here.
no, yeah. I think you was away. Yeah,
Yeah, but I was definitely in for that, and I'm going to be supporting the journey. For those that don't know you, they should be supporting your journey. Thank you so much for coming on. I really hope I can get you onto the Insta Live
yeah.
more often.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
No, you're more than welcome. It's been an absolute pleasure. Hopefully, I can get you on before your next big fight.
Yeah, no, definitely.
We won't interrupt your training or anything. We'll catch it at a time where it suits you. But yeah, thanks so much for coming on. It's been brilliant sharing your journey with everyone. For anyone who's in here, the interview will go up on YouTube. It'll go on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Insta. So make sure you share it. And if you don't follow me, do follow me. There's going to be plenty of good interviews with top quality fighters coming up. Aaron, you are the man. Keep doing what you do. We absolutely love watching you fight. Keep on winning, mate.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it, and thank you for having me.
Big up.